I'll be straight up with you. I am not mentally prepared to play this deck. We had a wedding on Sunday or yesterday, and we got in late, and it's gonna be bad. Hey everybody, Nick from 9card TCG, and today we're going to be covering Ian Robb's. I'm laughing because of the outtake I just had to do. It was so... You don't even want to know. I couldn't say it. Oh man. We're going to just re-roll it. Rewind it. I don't even know who I'm talking to. There's no one else here. Hey everybody, Nick from 9card TCG, and today we're going to be covering Ian Robb's first place Indianapolis regionalist. So huge congratulations to Ian Robb for winning the Indy regionals. I mean, 1,008 TCG master players, if I remember correctly. An absolutely enormous player pool. Some of the best players in the game attending. And Ian Robb came out on top with this Arceus, somewhat bird box with the Medicham thing that we'll cover, but my goodness, what an enormous event. I really wish I could have been there. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it, but huge congratulations to everyone who just played in the event. I mean, if you took time to travel to Indy, you registered, you signed up, you practiced, even if you didn't practice, you just showed up to play and have a good time and meet people, and you know, then good for you. Congratulations for doing that, because it is it's a step, it's effort, and anytime doing anything that requires effort is commendable. So if you were there, you know, I hope you had a great time, and regardless of how you placed, it's the experience, right? And just being there, man, I can't wait for New Jersey. So now that I've rambled, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and leave a like and a comment on this channel, because it tells YouTube this is a good video and other people should watch it. If you're in the market for some TCG accessories, I'm affiliated with Dragon Shield, which means you can use the link in the video description. Get yourself some awesome Dragon Shield mat sleeves. They're the only ones I use. You show up to regionals looking and feeling like a pro. If you want to support the channel a little bit more directly, there is a join button somewhere over here, and you can click it to see all the different perks you get, but none of that's ever required or expected. Just you being here is enough for me. Now, with all that out of the way, let's head over to PTCGO so we can take a look at Ian Robb's first place list. The star of the show is, of course, Arceus V STAR, and this deck runs a little bit lower of a count of Arceus than I'm typically used to. We do have a 3-2 line Arceus V and V STAR, but Arceus V STAR is the thing that makes this deck happen. 280 health, it is weak to fighting, and has a 2 retreat cost, and those things do matter, and I guess we'll just cover it. Free retreat with air balloon, and fighting is a very popular type in the format right now, so need to watch out for those fighting types. Trinity Nova is our attack for 3 colorless energies. It does 200 damage, and you get to search it, or you have to search your deck for 3 basic energies and attach them to your Pokemon V in any way you like. Starbirth is an ability that we have, and it's a V-Star power. V-Star powers are once per game attacks or abilities. So if you have Pokemon that like multiple Pokemon with V-Star powers, you can only use one of them. And this one lets you search your deck for any 2 cards you want and put them directly into your hand. Incredibly powerful ability, and we're definitely going to be making use of it for sure. One of the things about this Trinity Nova attack, I know it's 3, but we do have this double turbo energy where it counts for 2. So we attach a basic energy on our first turn. Second turn, we can evolve in this and the Arceus V STAR, and then Starbirth for a double turbo energy, so we can get that attack going if we don't have the setup already. But double turbo energy does provide 2 colorless energies. However, your attacks do 20 less damage when this card is attached. So something to keep in mind, this 200 Trinity Nova now drops down to 180. You can boost it back up with the addition of something like Choice Belt. Choice Belt, when you're attacking an opponent's Pokemon, and if it's a Pokemon V, you do 30 more damage, so that 180 now becomes 210. However, if you know, or if you notice, opposing Arceus Vs have 220 health, which means even with a Choice Belt, if we have that double turbo energy attached, we're not taking a knockout on opposing Arceus Vs. What we need to do is use Zigzagoon, which has the Headbutt Tantrum ability. When we play this card from our hand to the bench, you can put 1 damage counter or 10 damage onto one of your opponent's Pokemon. So now we put 10 damage onto an Arceus V, and we can go ahead, do our Trinity Nova with the double turbo energy and Choice Belt that does 210. 210 plus this 10 gives us the knockout. It's a really good way to kind of disrupt our opponent a little bit early, especially if they only have one Arceus V in play. There are a bunch of other cards in this deck, and we'll talk about them. Manaphy is really just to protect us against the Rapid Strike Urshifu matchup, because we don't want our bench cards to get knocked out from something like Gmax Rapid Flow. So Wave Veil prevents all damage done to our bench Pokemon. Really good ability. Also stops things like Jolteon, but you don't really see too much of that at the moment. We haven't even really seen too much Rapid Strike Urshifu do super well at Indy, just because I think people were kind of ready for it, and it's a really hard deck to play, but that's not the point of this video. Some of the other cards we have in here: Zapdos V, great Pokemon, and also has a really good ability, Fighting Instinct, which the attack cost of this Pokemon's attack is reduced by 1 colorless energy for each V Pokemon your opponent has in play. So if your opponent has 3 V Pokemon in play, you can use Thunderous Kick for just a single fighting energy. Thunderous Kick does 170 damage, and before doing damage, you get to discard a special energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. So, for example, your opponent has a Stone Fighting Energy attached, which makes them take 20 less damage. Well, you can go ahead and discard that Stone Energy before you do the damage. So you don't actually hit them for 150, you hit them for the full 170. And if you have a Choice Belt, now you're hitting for the full 200, whatever it is that you're doing. We do have Galarian Moltres V as well. Dark types and fighting types are very, very useful in this format. We already talked about Arceus being weak to fighting, so the Galarian Zapdos really helps there. And then Mew is another really popular deck and something that we always have to be ready for. So the dark types in Galarian Moltres here really help. Dire Flame Wings, what you get an energy from your discard and attach it directly to this Pokemon, which means if you attach an energy, Dire Flame Wings, you are just 1 attachment away from being able to use Aura Burn, which does 190 damage. You take 30 damage to yourself, but honestly, we're usually looking to uptrade with this, or maybe just KO a Pokemon V like another Arceus with a Choice Belt or something like that. So usually don't care about getting hit or taking that 30 damage, because it's going to be beneficial. We're either uptrading or we're taking out an important piece. It is weak to grass, by the way. That's something to keep in mind. Grass decks are, at the moment, at the time of this recording, not very popular. The only one you really have to look out for is the Inteleon, like the Beedrill stuff, because Persist Sting, if you don't have any special energies, won't affect you. But they do have a second attack, Jet Spear, which does 110 damage, and since you're weak to grass, now it does 220. So you can get knocked out by a Beedrill, even if you don't have any special energy attached. The other, that's the same card. The other Galarian Moltres we have is the baby single prize Galarian Moltres with the Malevolent Charge ability. When you play this card from your hand to the bench, you may attach up to 2 dark energies from your hand to this Pokemon. Very, very useful ability, because then you just attach a 3rd energy from the hand, and now you can start hitting with Fiery Wrath that same turn. Fiery Wrath does 20 damage plus 50 more damage for each prize card your opponent has taken, which means if they've taken 5 prizes, you're hitting for 270 damage. Pair that with a Zigzagoon Ping, pair that with a Choice Belt, you're knocking out an Arceus V-Star in 1 hit. You're also going to be able to knock out opposing Mew V and V Maxes very, very easily. They only had to have taken 3 prize cards in order to do it. Interestingly enough, if they have taken 3 prizes, Fiery Wrath does 170 damage, times 2 is 340, because Mew is weak to dark. Even if they have Oricorio in play, which reduces the damage your Fusion Strike Pokemon take by 20, you're still hitting for 320, which is enough to knock out Mew V Maxes. So, Galarian Moltres here, really, really important. Medicham V, we're really looking to use the Yoga Loop attack, and Robb said in a tweet that the intention of adding Medicham V was really to counter opposing Dunsparce. Dunsparce is a Pokemon that has 60 health, and it just sits on the bench and removes weakness from colorless Pokemon. So you would want to take out that Dunsparce, so then you can have Galarian Zapdos come in and one-shot your opponent's Arceus V-Star. Medicham, though, has a great attack. Yoga Loop. Put 2 damage counters onto one of your opponent's Pokemon. If that Pokemon was knocked out from Yoga Loop, you get to take a full second turn. You can't use 2 Yoga Loops 2 turns in a row like that, but, I mean, come on, taking a full second turn, what more could you possibly want? Now, why is this useful for things like Dunsparce? We mentioned Dunsparce has 60 health. Well, we can go ahead and either quick shooting onto it. Quick shooting lets us put 2 damage counters onto one of our opponent's Pokemon. So we can quick shooting onto it twice. The way we do that, even though we have 1 quick shooting Inteleon, is if we have 2 Drizziles in play, we evolve 1 quick shooting, Scoop Up Net. Now the Inteleon comes back to the hand, evolve the second Drizzile, quick shooting again, and now we can go ahead and Yoga Loop. There's the 60 damage. We get a second turn. We could also quick shooting, Scoop Up Net, play down Zigzagoon, put 10 damage on it, play Scoop Up Net, do the Zigzagoon again, and then Yoga Loop. There's going to be different ways that we can make that happen. Although Robb did say that he found other uses for that Medicham. Another really good potential use is your opponent has an Arceus V that has 10 damage left because you couldn't KO it, or you hit for 270 with this Galarian Moltres, as we mentioned before. You hit for 270 onto an Arceus V-Star. If they don't Sharon's Care, you can come back and Yoga Loop it. One of the reasons that that little combo works so well, they're likely going to knock out your Galarian Moltres. You do 270 to it, now it's their turn, they KO this. Well, we have Raihan in the deck. Raihan lets you get a basic energy from your discard and attach it to one of your Pokemon in play. Then you can search your deck for any card you want and put it into your hand. So if we can get this Medicham into play on the turn or the turn after our Moltres was knocked out, we can go ahead and Raihan to it, attach an energy, search our deck for any card we want, maybe an Air Balloon, maybe a Scoop Up Net, depending on what we put into the active, and then we can go ahead and just hit with Yoga Loop, and now we get a full second turn. Very, very useful. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot to do in this deck. I've already been covering this for a while. We do have the Inteleon line with Shitty Dealings. When you play this card from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you can search your deck for 2 trainer cards, put them into your hand. The Drizzile lets you search for 1 trainer card. A bunch of Pokemon trainers here. Energy search to find the energy switch to move energy around, which is really good for after you Raihan to something. Maybe you want to move energy over. Maybe you have an energy onto an Arceus, but you need to attack with Galarian Moltres V. You can Diaflame Wings, attach for turn, play the energy switch, put that energy onto the Moltres, and now you're attacking. You can alternatively do that with the baby Galarian Moltres if you only have 1 energy in hand. And you can Training Court for another, whatever it is that happens. Energy Switch, very, very useful. Evolution Incense, Level Ball, Quick Ball, Ultra Ball are all our Pokemon search. Pal Pad lets us get 2 supporters from the discard, put them back into the deck. We mentioned Training Court. It's a stadium. It's really useful. We only have 1 copy of it, which I kind of don't like, but we really only need Starbirth once, and we really only need the Moltres V abilities, and the Zapdos V abilities on our turn. So if our opponent does have Path, we can always go ahead and Shady Dealings for the Training Court, and then just be able to pop it into play to get use out of the abilities during our turn. Air Balloon, we talked about, is going to help get Pokemon in and out of the active. Choice Belt to do a little bit more damage. Scoop Up Net, we already talked about. It's going to let you take a Pokemon that's a single prize Pokemon, no Vs, no GXs, and put it back into your hand. This is really useful for if we only have 1 Sobble, 2 Sobbles in play, but 1 Drizzile, we can still make use of Shady Dealings. By using Scoop Up Net, we evolve into 1 Drizzile, Shady Dealings, Scoop Up Net, use that same Drizzile, evolve again. Quick Shooting and the other Shady Dealings work as well. It's also a good way to get a Pokemon out of the active or to reuse Zigzagoon. A lot of uses for Scoop Up Net. Boss's Orders, going to help pull Pokemon from our opponent's bench to their active so we can KO them, or maybe even just trap them. Clara's going to get us energy and or Pokemon back depending on what we need. Marnie, a little bit useful. There's a lot of decks that have these really large hand sizes and try to build up to these combos where we can just Marnie him away. Professor's Research is just a really powerful draw supporter, and 6 dark energies, 1 basic fighting energy for the Zapdos there. And if we absolutely have to for some reason, we can go ahead and smash Uppercut with this Medicham V, take knockouts on things like Crobat Vs, I guess. Probably don't want to use it though. And that's the whole list. Let's go and see how it does. Going into game number 1, let's see how we can do with this. I think the game plan is to try and go first, which we do not do, most likely. Our opponent gets to choose who goes first, and they're probably going to want to go first. It's usually the only 2 decks that ever really want to go second are like Malamar and occasionally Mew. And now this isn't bad, because we can go ahead and call for family here. We can quick ball something. Kind of don't want to quick ball any of these, but we do want to get an Arceus into play. And we're playing against a Zacian deck. Now, is this like an Arceus Zacian, or is this a Zacian Zamazenta? They discard the Peony. I don't think I've seen Peony in Zacian Zamazenta decks before. And there's a Bidoof, so it's definitely not pure. Okay. Okay. We don't have anything that we really want. I think... I think we actually get rid of this. And we'll get an Arceus V here. And that's going to be it. And the reason I did that is because now, if the Sobble gets KO'd, we have something to Raihan for next turn. We can Evolution Incense into a V-Star, Raihan, and be kind of okay. And they're switching out to the bench, which means they might not have anything, unless they just need to burn cards for Bibarel. And they just Intrepid Sword. I don't really mind too much. We get the V-Star. Okay. I can't make an attack happen this turn. So, let's Level Ball. We'll get the Drizzile. Put the Drizzile onto the bench. Yes. We're going to get an Energy Search. We'll use the Energy Search. We'll get a Dark Energy. We haven't really checked the deck, but we have most of the stuff we need. The Galarian Moltres here will be pretty nice to take knockouts on those Zacians a little later in the game. We do have a Marnie, which I might want to go ahead and use here. Let's go ahead and attach. We will get a Drizzile. And I kind of want to Marnie their hand down a little bit. Gives us... We have the Inteleon for next turn, but I think the odds of us finding something to get the... I mean, we have the Starbirth, right? So, like... We could definitely find what we need next turn, as long as they don't throw, like, Path into play. And that was a horrific Marnie. So, I'm just going to go ahead and pass. We'll be able to Starbirth for... Oh god, that Marnie was brutal. I was hoping for any type of search to utilize Shady Dealing so we can get a Scoop Up Net and a Choice Belt, and then go ahead and V-Star for a double Turbo Energy and like a boss. And they're going to go ahead and Intrepid Sword, start setting up this other Zacian. They miss all energies. We get the double Turbo. We kind of have to start doing stuff here. I need 3 cards. Oh, you know, so if I go and get an Evolution Incense and a Choice Belt, then the Shady Dealings Inteleon can go ahead and get a Okay. So we get the Evolution Incense and a Choice Belt. Okay. Attach the Choice Belt. We Evo Incense. We get the Inteleon, which will get us a Scoop Up Net and a Boss. And we'll start to make some stuff happen. Scoop Up Net. No, not Clara. Boss. Now, Scoop Up Net here. And we can throw down this Sobble. Boss this up. We'll go evolve, and now we can go ahead and get a Level Ball to get the Zigzagoon, right? We have the Zigzagoon. So we'll get a Quick Ball actually for the Zigzagoon here. And we have a Drizzile in hand, so I think we're okay for next turn. What else do I want to get? I want to get another Pokemon. So maybe I get 2 Quick Balls. We can get rid of this Manaphy. Don't think we're going to need it. I want to get a Pokemon that we can start powering up. So maybe Moltres here. Moltres might be a decent choice. And we'll quick shooting one of these energy switches away. Get the Zigzagoon. Put 10 damage. Go ahead and Trinity Nova for the KO. Power up our Moltres. And now we're in a pretty good spot. Our opponent can double, triple Metal Saucer. They can very easily go Metal Saucer attach Raihan, something like that, or Metal Saucer. They have the energy experience share, whatever. And they just go ahead and concede. I guess they wouldn't have been able to make it happen. They still wouldn't have taken the KO on the Arceus, so I just would have been able to scoop up net or evolve into a quick shooting. Going into what is actually game number 3, I was in the middle of game 2, and it was not going well. Got Marnied into Oblivion, and yeah, that was not fun. And I had to stop recording that because I got a work call and had to take it. It was a whole thing. So here we are, game number 3, and this is already not looking super good. If we can draw into an energy, it might not be terrible, because then we can quick ball the energy away, training court back, and then keep calling. And we're playing against Single Strike, and now this, oh god, why does everybody have the VIP pass when they play? Like, if your deck relies on having Battle VIP pass, play me, because you just always have it. It's crazy. Oh, playing Single Strike Dark. Dark Single Strike. Okay. Well, there's the energy. We'll just go ahead and get rid of it. I guess get the Arceus. Even though there's a chance it's going to get... there's a good chance that it just go ahead and gets bossed up and KO'd. Oh no! I meant to attach to the Sobble and keep calling. Alright, alright. Why do I do the things that I do? Yeah, this isn't... oh man. I'm really hoping that they can't. Oh, there's the evolution. So, yeah. Do they have... there's the supporter, okay. They need both Houndooms. Or to draw into one single strike energy. There's the Urshifu. But they also need a way to get this Morpeko out of the active. I don't really care about the Tool Jammer. Scared of that Urshifu. Be super honest. Scared of that Urshifu. They got one Houndoom. Do they have another single strike energy? Because they need... Oh, they... Come on! But they still need a way to get this Morpeko out of the active. They have everything! They have... Oh, man. If they hit that Switcher Air Balloon... Oh, my God! Oh, my God! This is... unbelievable. I'm speechless. That's what's happening here. Straight up speechless. Do I need anything else? I can't boss. I think I'll just save it. I lose. I can't believe off. Insanity. Absolute insanity. And now they hit for, with this Urshifu VMAX, be hitting for 300 damage if they can get one more energy onto this thing. Because it does 100 plus 30 plus 20, 150 times 2 onto this Arceus is 300 damage. So yeah, we lose hard. We lose hard. I don't think there's any possible way I come back from this. We can try. I need to get a pal pad. We'll get the Raihan back into the deck. Starburst. We need the Raihan. Tool Jammer doesn't work. Great. Air Balloon doesn't work with Tool Jammer. And I don't have any more Scoop Up Nets, which is why I got the Air Balloon. So, we're just stuck. We're just stuck. And we just have to... They can manually retreat, earn Single Strike Roar, boss, and then KO this Arceus V-Star, and there's nothing I can do about it. So... Or they can G-Max 1 blow it. Yeah, we just lose, so I'm going to go ahead and concede, because that is... Ooh, that's rough. And yeah, they were going to do it. So there you have it, Ian Robb's winning list, and if you draw better than I did, you could probably do pretty well with it. I can see how it works beautifully, but when you're me, it doesn't. That's going to do it for us today. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Found it a little informative. If you did, subscribe, like, comment. Maybe check out the link for Dragon Shield stuff. Become a member if you're so inclined. And yeah, that's going to do it for us today. I will be getting ready for the New Jersey regionals, so I'm going to be doing a lot of playtesting for that, and so if I have less content than usual, I apologize. It's just these big tournaments, especially my first one, I kind of want to be ready for it. If, you know, I don't know if it's going to make a huge difference, but we got to try, right? Anyway, that's going to do it for us today. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.